Melissa from Nature's Garden. Today we are going to make rainbow bubble bars. Let's whip it up! Okay, so today we are going to make these fun little bubble bars. They are rainbow shaped and they are scented with our Breezes and Sunshine fragrance oil. So I am going to show you how to put those together. So the first thing that we are going to do, and we have already done this, is we are going to weigh out our baking soda, SCI, cornstarch, and cream of tartar. We're just gonna put them all in the bowl and mix them all together. So this is a combination of 430 grams of the baking soda, 190 grams of the cream of tartar, 63 grams of the cornstarch, and 367 grams of the SCI. And we went ahead and broke up all the clumps that were in here, ran it through a sifter. We have it all combined in our bowl. Now we're just gonna mix it together. I do recommend wearing a mask when you're doing this. Baking soda has a tendency to drift, and so does the SCI. So, don't wanna be sneezing, so you definitely wanna wear a mask. Okay, so now that we have our dry ingredients combined, we're going to go ahead and add the wet ingredients. So the first thing we have is vegetable glycerin. For the vegetable glycerin, we have 177 grams of vegetable glycerin, and we'll just add that right to the bowl containing the dry ingredients. And the next thing we have is the Linen Breeze fragrance oil. We are using 12 grams. And we also have 12 grams of our polysorbate. This is the polysorbate 80. And finally, we have our argan oil. We are using 24 grams of the argan oil. And now we're just going to, once again, go ahead and get it mixed together. And we're going to use our hands to do that. All right, now that we have it all mixed together, we're going to begin separating our dough. The first thing that we're going to separate out is going to be the white. For the white, we're creating the clouds with the white dough. We're going to need a total of 350 grams. We're going to go ahead and set that portion aside for just a little bit. We'll come back to it. Now we're going to separate out our colors. So the first color that we're going to create is going to be the red. So we're going to go ahead and get the red weighed out. You'll need 195 grams of the dough. And then we're going to go ahead and add 15 drops of the Da Balm soap dye in red to this bowl. right, so now we'll go ahead and set the red aside, and I'm gonna go ahead and change my gloves here. Okay, and for the orange dough, we're going to need 170 grams of our bubble bar dough. So we'll need another small bowl. Okay, and once again, we're going to use our Da Bomb soap dye to color it. For the orange, we will need the yellow Da Bomb, and then we'll need the red Da Bomb. And we are going to use 6 drops of each color. And then we'll just mix once again. Now we're moving to the yellow. For the yellow, we are going to need 150 grams of the bubble bar dough and 5 drops of the yellow Da Bomb. Okay, now we're going to move on to the green bubble bar dough. So we're going to need another bowl. And we'll use 105 grams of the bubble bar dough. And now we're going to work with the yellow Da Bomb soap dye and the blue Da Bomb, and we're going to do 3 drops of each color. Okay, now we're going to move on to the blue. So we'll need 1 more bowl. And we are going to do 80 grams of the bubble bar dough. I'm going to go ahead and change my gloves one more time here. Okay, so now that we have our bubble bar dough weighed out, we'll go ahead and add the color. Once again, this is 80 grams of the bubble bar dough. And we'll go ahead and add the blue da bomb, and we are adding 5 drops. And finally, we're going to create our purple bubble bar dough. For the purple, you need 50 grams. All right, and we are going to color this with a combination of our red da bomb soap dye and our blue da bomb soap dye. You're going to use 8 drops of the red and 3 drops of the blue. Okay, now we have everything colored. We're gonna go ahead and do a little cleanup, and then we'll come back and we'll get our rainbows rolled out. Okay, so now that we have everything cleaned up, we have a nice clean mat here so we don't get our colors intertwined. We're ready to go ahead and prepare our rainbows. So the first thing that you're going to do is prepare the clouds. We're gonna go ahead and prepare 2 clouds because you'll need 1 for each side of your rainbow. We'll go ahead and set these over here because we will need them at the very end. We're not going to need them right at the moment. Now we're going to weigh out the amounts for each color. So the first color is going to be the red, and that one we are going to need 39 grams of the bubble bar dough for the red. Next color is going to be the orange. For the orange, we're going to need 35 grams of the bubble bar dough. And now we're going to move to the yellow. For the yellow, we're going to need 26 grams. Next, we'll move to the green. For the green, we'll need 21 grams. Next, we have the blue. For the blue, we will use 16 grams of the dough. And finally, we have the purple. And this is going to be 10 grams of the dough. All right, now we are ready to start rolling out the rainbow. So we will begin with the red and we'll create a snake pattern, if you will, or a snake shape, if you will. And then we'll move to the orange and we'll do the same with the orange. And then we'll repeat the process with the yellow, and then the green, and then the blue, and then the purple. each time keeping the rainbow centered so that when we form our rainbow, it stays nice and symmetrical. So I am once again going to go change my gloves, and then we'll start putting it all together. Okay, so we're going to start with the red. And all we're going to do is kind of flatten it, and then we'll just roll it to about 6 inches. And you want to keep it even as far as the diameter goes. All right, and now we're going to roll out the orange. And I'm just making sure that it's nice and compact before I start rolling. Now we're just going to line it up with the red. It's going to be slightly shorter, and you want to make sure that it's centered to the red, because what we'll do at the end is shape our rainbow. So you want to make sure that the orange is just a little bit shorter. Then we'll repeat this process with the yellow. Then we'll go to the green, the blue, and the purple. Now I'm just shaping my rainbow. Bubble bars will naturally have a little bit of cracking to them as they set up. If you do find that your dough is too crumbly, you can add a little bit more vegetable glycerin. Just be really careful, because if you add too much, your bubble bars won't set up properly. So I would say add like a teaspoon at a time, just until you have the right consistency. And then you're just going to shape it into a rainbow shape, and then we'll add the clouds that we set aside earlier. And once we get this one finished, we'll go back and create the remainder. This recipe will create 5 bubble bars. With the clouds, we're just going to create a nice fluffy cloud for the end of the rainbow. I'm just kind of poking the clouds a little bit just to give them a little bit more texture. And you want to make sure that they are completely pressed onto the ends of your rainbow. And then you'll just let these set up for about 3 days or so. It really depends on your environment. So they may need a little bit longer. They may set up a little bit sooner. Just depends on the environment of your work area. So we will go ahead and finish creating the remainder of the rainbows. But other than that, it's just a matter of letting them set up. So for even more fragrance fun ideas, make sure you check out our website at www.naturesgardencandles.com. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you like the video. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye, guys.